The 2016 MLS season is almost here. It all kicks off Sunday, March 6th with all 20 teams in action. So let's take a look at the Eastern Conference contenders. Toronto FC's Sebastian Giovinco. He was the man, right? The Giovinco takeover saw him rack up 22 goals and 16 assists on his way to the LD MVP trophy and the Golden Boot. When he wasn't making people just look silly on the field, he was kicking it with Drake off it, but results were mixed for his TFC squad. They made the playoffs for the first time ever, but they got bounced pretty quick in that first round by their Canadian rivals, the Montreal Impact. Greg Vanney's backline gave up the most goals in the league last year. But on the bright side, TFC fans, reinforcements have arrived in the form of MLS vets Drew Moore, Clint Irwin, and Steven Beitashour. Michael Bradley is back to boss the midfield, and Josie Altidore is feeling good. Adding Will Johnson to the midfield mix will really free these two up alongside Giovinco to completely bomb forward in the attack while he sits back and protects that beefed up back line. Off the field, can't sleep on Giovinco's Instagram game, and Clint Irwin's social is highly underrated. Now, get this, he was actually high school teammates with the other MVP. What's up, G-State? I've heard Clint may actually have given Steph a couple buckets back in the day. All right, DC United fans, let's talk, guys. Bring it in. Bring it in for the real thing. I know everyone writes off your team, and then you defy all the odds, and you make them all wonder how you did it, but then they still doubt you anyways. Let's just assume this is a new year, right? That's not gonna happen this time, I promise. Okay, let's be real. It's gonna happen like it always does, but Ben Olsen is probably cool with that. He probably likes it, actually. And while he said goodbye to Perry Kitchen and Chris Pontius, he says hello to MLS vets Patrick Nyako, what's up, Patty, Lamar Nagel, and Marcelo Sarvis. They also added the crafty Argentine Luciano Acosta from Boca Juniors, and he's already impressed in CCL action.
Again with the shot now, roll, and it's Hamid! Yes! Bill Hamid came to play!
Big Bill Hamid kept United in a lot of games last year, but he's out for several months after knee surgery. Up top, Olsen will need another huge season from Chris Roll. Rolfie led the team with 10 goals, but will need some help. That's got to come from Fabi and Sabo, who combined for just 9 goals last year. We'll need a bit more. For the social stuff, co-creator of the now defunct BobbyBoswell.com, you need a lot of help on that one. I miss it so much, so come on, Bob, bring it back. And most famously, the almost 2006 Cosmopolitan Bachelor of the Year.
Girls love me. Hey, ladies.
He was robbed, you were robbed, Bob. We'll let him give you a window into what his life is like. It's pretty glamorous, in the spotlight, in the fast lane. Bob, where you at, man?
Bobby Boswell here. I think you should follow me because I do cool stuff like riding, moving staircases. I do it every day, every day.
So probably not media darlings on this squad, right? But they've got what it takes. I feel like this squad's got a lot of veteran leadership, some young guys sprinkled in, Steve Birnbaum emerging with the national team. I think they've got the right blend of youth and experience to really make some dents if they get into the playoffs. Not a team you're gonna wanna face. Right, New England? The New England Revolution. A bit of a mystery wrapped inside of a riddle, wrapped in an enigma. Sometimes they're really good. And sometimes they're really, really not so good. They do stuff like this.
Thought about it. It's going to put it in. Good curve on the ball. Agudelo!
And then sometimes they do stuff like this.
Now we're going to see something here. That's a red. Jermaine Jones is gone. You can't do that, Jermaine Jones.
Looks like Jermaine Jones is out. Gershon Kofi from Vancouver is in, though, with the rest of the core. Charlie Davies is primed for a big year. Juan Agudelo, Lee Nguyen. Oh, you gonna show that Lee clip again? Come on, guys. Lee, how you gonna do me like that, man? It's messed up. Kellen Rowe, Diego Fagundes. This midfield is probably one of the quickest in MLS. When they get their combination play going, they can really make some head spin. The big question, are the Revs actually better without JJ? Anybody got a stat on that? Either way, the Revs will have to rely on one of the most talented rosters in the league. On social media too, actually. They got Chuck, Swagadello, and Lee. Still pissed, man. It's not funny. They all have game, but I'm giving my must follow to Too Fast, Too Feral. That's Andrew Farrell, if you gotta ask somebody. Here's a little behind the scenes action of him at the Super Bowl 50 rehearsal, I think. who's helping out Coldplay a little bit. Get him right for the big show. Matt Doyle, the armchair analyst, has probably seen every game in MLS history. That's actually not a joke. It's okay, Matt. Go outside. Here's the 2016 analysis of the Eastern Conference favorites, but you only got 16 seconds, Matt.
Now, the contenders in the East are DC, Toronto, and New England. Toronto and DC both made some big changes this offseason, but New England mostly held the line with one exception. They added Gershon Kofi to replace Jermaine Jones in central midfield. We'll have to see how that works out.
My take, even without Jermaine Jones, Lee Nguyen gets this group back to winning ways. You can expect an MV Lee season. Put it this way, I think Lee is revved for big things for both club and country. I know, that was bad. So all three of these teams are definite contenders, but if I gotta pick one, I'm still rocking with DC. It all starts Sunday, March 6th. All teams will be in action on that first day, an epic soccer Sunday. You can watch MLS all season long on ESPN, Fox, and Univision, and on the MLS app anywhere, anytime. Make sure to tune in to MLS Soccer Sunday Week 1 live show at 1 p.m. on MLSsoccer.com. Expert analysis and live look-ins to the first 6 matches of the day.